Yes, a very good afternoon and welcome to, once again, another match here at the Hague Stadium. This time around, it's the Under-20 men's Group B fixture, or rather the South Africa taking on, that is Eswatini, right here from the Hague Stadium. I am Michelle Shapangi. Once again joining me is none other than, that is Peter Haupiku. Peter, we do this again.
Hello, good afternoon.
All right, quite a big one coming up. This is, of course, South Africa taking on Eswatini for Group B. It is wrapping up. This is the final day for group stages fixtures, and these are the final ones particularly for Group B. On the other side of things, at the Unam field, we have, that is, of course, Zambia taking on Botswana on the other side as well. Quite a tight group so far. It's not confirmed as to who is going through and who is not, because from Group A, we already have Malawi and Angola going through as Group A. Group B, currently South Africa with 4 points, Zambia with 4 points, Botswana with 3 points, and Eswatini at the bottom with 0 points. The temperature here, still very mild, not too cold, not too hot, very endurable. Is right here in the capital at Hague Stadium. This is, of course, the Region 5 Youth Games, and that is underway right here in Namibia. South African team as well as the Eswatinian teams are ready to take center stage. This is for this fixture. Very, very interesting one coming our way, because as I mentioned, of course, we don't yet have confirmation as to who is through yet.
Yeah, this is a very open group. This is a very open group, very evenly matched. Any one of these three teams can go all the way. So very interesting to see how this will pan out on the last day of this group.
Of course, South Africa have not recorded a single loss yet. They have won one game and have drawn one. Eswatini have lost all games. They have not won a single game yet in this tournament. The teams are walking out. South Africa and Eswatini ready to take center stage. Of course, captain for the South African side for today is none other than Bakomoso Mokokosi, and Eswatini being led out by Captain Andiswa Anson Malaza for this one. As the teams prepare to sing their respective national anthems, South Africa in their traditional yellow, and then Eswatini in white. Let's take center stage for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of South Africa. Eswatini.
were so beautiful. National anthems of Eswatini and South Africa. It's nothing like representing your country on the international stage, or rather the continental stage for this one. This is the Region 5 Youth Games COSAFA Under-20 Men's Championship between these two sides. South Africa taking on Eswatini. Looking at the South African lineup,
yeah, it
just
looks very
tactically.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. It looks like they're playing with 3 at the back, 4 in the midfield, and then 3 up front. But I'm sure what they normally have done, from what we've seen in the past, is that they will have wing backs. So we'll have the likes of Zianda, which will be going up and coming to also assist in defense. So it will be very interesting to see how they actually play according to their lineup.
Absolutely. Referees for this one, so Antonio Samuel Chivavel of Mozambique. Assistant referee Pedro Domingos de Andrade Mikolo of Angola, and assistant referee too is Klaus Masati of Namibia. Leading proceedings for today's game. Make sure that there is a law and order that's followed on today's match. Looking at that starting 11 of Eswatini, opting maybe for a much more defensive.
Yeah, it looks like they're going very defensive. They'll have 4 at the back with 2, locked defenders there, playing very, very deep with only 1 person up front, with 2 attacking midfielders as well. So it'll be very, very interesting to see, because South Africa have a very attacking lineup, and Eswatini are going a little bit more defensive. So we'll see if they soak up pressure and maybe potentially hit them on the counter-attack. We'll see how everything plans out.
Just maybe in terms of expectations here, Peter, what are you looking forward to seeing? This is quite a matchup. South Africa looking to top the group. Eswatini still looking for their first win at the tournament. Quite a showpiece.
Yeah, Eswatini seem a bit outmatched in terms of just the talent, but at the end of the day, the game is not played on paper, it is played on the field. So let's hope that Eswatini can give them a good run for their money. South Africa are definitely favorites, but Eswatini will have something to say for it.
Of course, both of these sides have won this championship before. Eswatini having been champions 1 time, and then South Africa have won it a total of 8 times.
Wow.
And they are also the defending champions here, South Africa.
Okay.
And they will be hoping to make sure that they keep the title. And the first step to doing that is to going through to the semi-finals,
Yes.
which they have to do here today.
Yes, and they'll be looking forward to that. A lot of these players actually also played during the AFCON championships that took place in Morocco earlier this year, the under-17 AFCON championships, which they did quite well as well over there. South Africa has also won AFCON under-20s, so they have a very good youth structure, youth system, and we're looking forward to see what they can do at the COSAFA level as well.
Absolutely, like you mentioned. So far, 31 goals scored, and we are underway here at the Higher Gengop Stadium. South Africa already going straight for it. That's a wonderful shot there from Vetboy, but
they're not wasting any time. They're going directly for the jugular.
As I was saying, there is a total of 31 goals scored already at this tournament. More now, for sure, after these games today, to be more than 31 for the men's edition.
And that's good. That's showing that they're playing quite attacking football, that we're not just basically sitting back. Very interesting to see how they are in the midfield. Seems like South Africa is quite compact in the midfield.
Indeed, you're looking at some of the talent there, the likes of Stevens. Quite very strong in midfield, holds it up very well. Alongside him, Mendes as well, keeping that midfield intact.
Yeah, Stevens does quite well. He's playing on the right wing. He likes to cut in towards the left side as well. A Sundowns player, very, very good player.
Absolutely. You can, of course, watch this game. You're catching us live on NBC2. We're also on YouTube. That is on NBC Sports YouTube channel, as well as COSAFA's YouTube channel. You can stream it from the comfort of your home, and here comes, that was just flicked away there. Fortunately taken away from Munchunu.
Great ball there by Eswatini.
Perhaps get a chance to break, but it's he was well on standby there, Mosia. Not taking any chances.
Seems like Eswatini is also taking the game to South Africa. They're not sitting back. They're not waiting for them. Trying to get those deadly balls in. Let's see how they progress.
And then here now comes South Africa looking to absolutely push forward. That's Mokokasi, the captain there. That is passing on to Mzimela.
He does quite well leading that back line, especially in the last couple of games, organizing the defense, making sure that they're all on the same line, moving forward together.
Absolutely, and you also have to look out for Captain Bokamoso Mokokasi there. Very good player. And this is Lonzi finding right, perhaps Stevens just there.
There are national documents or any official feedback from the Ministry of Home Affairs. This prolonged delay is causing significant frustration and hardship, depriving our elderly of their constitutional right to pension while they are still alive to enjoy the fruits of this country, and jeopardizing the educational future of our children who requires this document for their crucial final examination, especially in rural Namibia. I know, for example, in Edel, Mekulu in Ochikuku, and Honorable Modestus Amtse is aware of this elderly woman who came in the early 60s from Angola up to now. But in the past, they made it possible for her to get a voter's card to vote. And after elections, the question on identity documents get no answer. Honorable Speaker, I therefore ask the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, Safety and Security the following. What is the current status of application from February to July of 2024?
And South Africa still with the ball now. It's Captain Mokokasi finding Nchunu. Back to his backside. There is Palmer now. Hoping to just lay in those crosses. Do it the right way. Finding Vetboy.
Vetboy has had a very, very good tournament, has stepped up in a major way. Definitely one of their leaders.
Indeed. And with Eswatini, maybe in a game of this magnitude, hoping to at least get a point or three.
Yeah, anything would help them for now. They know that they're not going to go through, but they don't want to go down without a fight. So they'll make sure to really either try and steal a win or at least a point.
Absolutely. That's just Stevens there.
Very dangerous position over here. We'll see who takes the free kick, but
let's have a look at what. Oh, that's a
crunching tackle.
Very clumsy.
Stats up. He's actually very lucky he didn't get a yellow card over there.
That's Gama with that tackle there. This is a free kick for the South Africans. We're taken up by either Stevens or Vetboy.
Let's see if they go towards the far post.
Oh, very smart there. A cross in. What can Stevens do? And that's wow. Wonderful shot onto goal. That would have been a stellar goal.
What a shot, what a play. You can tell that's straight from the training ground. Very well drilled team, South Africa is.
It was a wonderful strike onto goal by Mendes.
On his wrong foot as well, mind you.
That's astounding to look at. And here he comes again. Mendes. What can they do here? Still pushing forward South Africa. They want to collect those 3 points here today and make sure they go through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, as defending champs, they'll be looking to go through. They'll be expecting to go through as well. But they'll have to get the work done on the field.
Fellow defending champion Zambia went through yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. And today they won earlier on by 8 goals to 0 against Eswatini.
Yeah, that was a wonderful game to see. A lot of goals, and Zambia really showed their quality.
Indeed. And here comes Mokokasi now. Pushing forward to pick up Mchuno. Oh, we do have an injury here. That's Bokhloko. Looks like got hurt. Just a look back at that attempt once again. Beautiful stuff from Stevens. So smart. Even the play there was brilliant.
It was a brilliant shot. Just enough curl to it. Just missed the post.
We do still have Bokhloko, or rather Bokhloko, who's down. Gotta be careful also not to get into any trouble with cards and bookings, Eswatini.
Especially this early. You want to make sure that you at least get into the half without a yellow card so that you can play freely in the second half, especially as a defender. So very, very lucky there.
Absolutely. And of course, we are nearing that 10-minute mark here at the Hyaginop Stadium. So far, South Africa really looking like the much more attacking side in those first few minutes of this first half.
Yeah.
Looking like they're going for it more.
Yeah, we see that even in the lineups, just how they lined up. Eswatini was always going to absorb pressure and try and hit them on the counter-attack. Eswatini had 1 or 2 chances where they could potentially play one of the strikers in. So they are not just sitting back, they're waiting to absorb pressure, and then they're going to go on the counter. So let's see if they're able to fulfill that.
Well, this is a throw in here now for Eswatini. And they utilize this one to move up front. Not really seen them go up front yet. And once again, they just lose the ball. This is picked up by Mchuno. And then getting hold of Mendes. Now here comes Pama.
Yeah.
Pama chasing it down. Finding Lonzi. Lonzi Besson is back to Pama.
South Africa controlled the ball very well, especially there within the back line and leading into the midfield. We see Mendes also controlling the game. Very, very, very calm, just looking for 1 or 2 chances.
That's a wonderful pass there. Oh my.
Very patient of it.
Very patient, more picked up. And they're still playing it off. And that's a wonderful pass. What can they do here? Just maybe not what you'd have wanted to do there, Bokhloko.
Just a bad first touch, but great run, great opportunity.
But such a good cross though.
Very, very good pass. Very direct.
Now Mokokosi here, the captain, finding Lonzi. It's well defended away. But it's still in the possession of South Africans. And they get that goal. It's unfortunately lost there. It's Eswatini's.
No, I was saying the match is very heavily contested there in the midfield. It seems like South Africa is finding it difficult to break down the Eswatini defense. Playing out from the back. Let's see if they can get this done.
Oh, that's a bit risky there. Just picked up. And here comes Mendes now. No one really there to get hold of it, so it falls straight in safely onto the feet of Sitole, the goalkeeper of Eswatini. That's maybe a bad touch, first touch there from...
That's something that we're seeing across the tournament. Only certain teams have a very good first touch. I think once you can get that down, it adds a different dynamic to your game. So something to look forward to.
Zimelo there, who has also been really maybe getting those balls in. It's pass to Mokokasi.
Yeah, South
Picked
African,
up by Pama.
They play a little bit like the Europeans in the sense that they are very patient. They don't go too direct. They pass the ball around the back. They wait for small little openings, small little gaps. The defenders are very comfortable on the ball as well.
I mean, they are the defending champions, South Africa. That's a wonderful pass there from Pama, but unfortunately, couldn't get hold.
Eswatini is defending very aggressively. Not holding back at all.
Nearly a bit sloppy there, almost. Okokasi And that's hot on to being picked up, chasing down here. That is Lonzi. Does a wonderful job to keep it in play as well. Here comes Stevens now. It's just a little bit disappointed not to have gotten a hold of it. And Eswatini now really kind of looking a bit dismantled in this first few minutes. Really unable to keep the ball.
Yeah, and as soon as they get it, they just kick it away, and then South Africa gets it again. They need to just be able to get into good positions, get into a triangle, make sure that they're passing the ball among each other in order to also gain confidence. Because the more you have the ball, the less mistakes that you make, the more confidence that you'll get. So
here comes Bokokasi now. Wonderful finding Mzimela to Palmer. That's a wonderful pass from Palmer there. Pick up Captain Mokokasi. That's a wonderful run in. What can they do here? Stevens now with the ball. This is Palmer. Just lost there by Mareletse. And a wonderful thing that South Africans do so well is the winning the ball back. They're so good at it. Somehow always manage to get it back. And this is a run in here from Mokokasi now finding Stevens. That should be a foul on Stevens.
Yeah, as I said, Eswatini is not holding back at all. They know that they have nothing to lose, so they're going extremely, they're going to be extremely aggressive towards South Africa, hopefully to scare them a little bit. But it doesn't seem to be working. South Africa just keeps coming back at them.
Just have a look back at that. What exactly transpired there. That's Mokokasi with that pass to Stevens, just tackled down. And this is another free kick, yet another free kick for South Africa. See what they can do here. That's a wonderful position too for Stevens. Once again, that partnership between Stevens and Vetboy.
Yeah, and both of them can take this free kick, but it looks like Vetboy will be the one to take it.
What can they do here now? Once again, on to goal, just straight into the hands of Sitole.
Right on target, good free kick. Tested the goalie a little bit, but I'm sure he'll want to hit the top corner next time.
Absolutely. And you're already heading into 15th minute of the game, and so far, as it stands, it's still down now here. Though South Africa looking like the most likely to get the first goal of the match. That was a wonderful run from Mendes there, but unable to pick anyone up in the box. Eswatini looking to break. That's a wonderful, actually, back pass. That's Bingo there, who's surrounded but still really moving forward, and that's the energy I think they would want to have. Chasing it down here, what can they do now? Just well saved, well blocked.
Well saved, and this is
by Mosia.
This is what I was talking about when I said Eswatini would sit back, wait, and make sure that they get at least a shot off in the counterattack. But look at this free kick. Great placement, just at the anticipation. He just knew it was going to come to that side.
Yeah, I mean, certainly a great run from Gama too there. The composure, unfortunately the finishing, not necessarily end up in the back of the net, but you got to give credit to goalkeeper Tapelo Mosia of South Africa, remaining so composed in that very moment.
Yeah, he's played quite well. You know, not really having much, not really being tested for the first 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden have to come into to be called into action. It takes a lot out of him.
Now, you are watching, this is the COSAFA Under-20 Men's Championship coming to you live and direct from the Hygingop Stadium in the capital of Windhoek. This is a chance now for South Africa, a bit sloppy there. You don't want to do those type of mistakes when you have a player like Vetboy up front.
Yeah,
could punish you very heavily.
He is very creative as well. He always demands the ball. He plays at an extremely high level at Cape Town City, and not in their youth structures. He also still plays in the PSL, which is very, very unknown at that language, at that age.
Oh, this is Oh, straight to safely to Sitole there. That was Munchunu.
Great anticipation there by
Speaking
Sitole.
of the PSL, Peter, majority of these players playing for Kaizer Chiefs. Almost half of the team plays for Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, Kaizer Chiefs, and then you also have a few Sundowns players there as well, the academy, Cape Town City PSL as well. So most of these players are in professional structures. They might not be in the professional team just yet, but they're training like them. A lot of the times these junior players will practice with the senior team. So great exposure and great ability from these boys.
Absolutely. It looks like we have a player down. It's being attended to of Eswatini. That's
is it a stomach injury? Maybe
Simiso there, who's down. So always a moment for the teams to regroup and
strategize a little bit.
Strategize, yes. So far, Peter, is this what you would have anticipated to see?
Yeah,
17 minutes into the game?
Definitely. We obviously have South Africa who is going for it, with Eswatini who's just sitting back, trying to play a little bit wide. South Africa controlling the midfield. Yes, exactly what I anticipated.
Absolutely. This is Captain Okakasi now, has been really excellent. Some of those passes, finding Mzimela there.
Yeah, it's very important for a centre-back to be able to distribute the ball just like that. Make sure that he's controlling the game from the back line.
Stevens, Salvain, Jordan there, with that's a chance. Well defended. Ooh!
Great ball there by Stevens.
And it was a fast response too, although he wasn't able to capitalize and finish it off there. Mendes.
Mendes has really impressed me this tournament. He played extremely well in their previous game as well. Very, very calm on the ball, controls, dictates the tempo of the game. Very, very good player.
Well, still level here at the High Stadium. Eswatini will be glad, although so much of that, all those attempts from South Africa did not manage to get it at the back of the net. So Eswatini should be probably pleased with the way their defense have been handling things.
Yeah, definitely. Although they are making small mistakes.
This is a chance now for South Africa. Good boy. Well, the Stevens just losing it out, though.
Yeah, we almost spoke too soon, but Eswatini has been doing an extremely great job in defense.
Come and play short. Come and play short.
They don't look afraid at all.
You know, something so special about Jordan Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens just has that something. He has that flair. As soon as he gets the ball, something is going to happen. So, very, very exciting player.
A very talented player who plays for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Plays for Mamelodi Sundowns. He was also part of the under-17 team that went to Morocco to participate in the AFCON earlier this year. So he definitely has a very, very bright future in football.
I couldn't agree more. This is just a foul there, a bit of a push on Lonzi. Should be another set piece that South Africa could perhaps capitalize on. Here is Stevens, the main man, or the main man for these type of moments.
So we'll just have to see if they go direct or if they do one of the plays that they have. Looks like they might just be able to cross it in with the amount of players that they have in the box.
Absolutely. What can they do here? Another chance for them to go ahead. South Africa. Stevens with this one into the box. And a wonderful save there from Sitole. Gets it away safely.
Sitole has had a very, very good game, very solid game. I believe he's had a number of saves. But Stevens is really testing him today.
Absolutely. So is that boy there. That run to finding Maleretse. and the partnership between these players. I think also we need to talk about the importance of these players, some of these players playing together at club level. You can tell they have that connection, that partnership, the way these passes are connecting right now.
Yeah, they have some sort of identity. That's something that a lot of teams in Africa lack. You know, they might play one way, one game, and then the next another way. South Africa is very consistent on how they play, whether they're winning or how they're losing. They keep possession, they're very calm, and they play like a professional team.
Absolutely. This is Captain Mokokasi finding Vetboy to Lonzi. Lonzi chasing it down, fanning it back to Mokokasi now. See, wonderful pass to Stevens, but just maybe too much for him.
Yeah. Eswatini doing a great job of making players feel uncomfortable. A player like Vetboy likes to be on the wing to come in. They're making him get the ball a lot deeper than what he's comfortable with. So great job on Eswatini for defending.
Indeed. 22 minutes rather, gone here in this game already. Still yet to see a goal. But certainly an entertaining match so far.
Definitely, they've had quite a few shots on target. I believe Eswatini has had 1 or 2 shots on target as well. Both teams are going for it.
I couldn't agree more. That's Lonzi there to Palmer. Palmer picking up Mokokasi. Here comes Mzimela now to the box. Well, Stevens just maybe failing to execute there. It's Mendes, who is definitely surrounded, but still going strong, Mendes. That's a wonderful cross in, but oh, actually, Junu does manage to keep it going. Now, what can Eswatini do here? Perhaps they can break and utilize. This is Malaza, the captain. Just loses it out, though.
Just took too long. Mendes did an extremely good job of losing the ball and coming back, fighting for it. Eswatini need to make a lot more faster decisions.
Stevens to Lonzi is a partnership there as well. I think Lonzi has been doing so well on this far right side of the... Very fast with the ball too, Lonzi.
Yeah, Lonzi has shown a lot of attacking prowess. Even though he is playing the wing back position, he is tracking back a lot. But when he's on attack, he's on attack.
That's the versatility you also want to look for in your squad. This is picked up now beautifully by Malaza. Chasing it down. Who can he find though? Unfortunately, that seems to be a pattern now for the Eswatini team. Just get the ball, get this tempo, but it's just somehow loses it out.
Yeah.
Just can't keep it going.
They do an extremely good job of defending and getting the ball, but in terms of decision making, they need to be a little bit more quick. I think they're keeping the ball 1 or 2 touches too long, and as a result, they end up losing it. So they need to make a decision and stick with it.
Yes, and hoping to maybe pick up something here. Eswatini now. That's beautifully taken away by the South Africans. This is Mendes now. What can they do here? Tricks and turns of
Mendes. Very calm on the ball. I don't think I've ever seen him rattled.
Cool under pressure.
Cool
That's what
under
they refer
pressure.
to it as. And South Africa still just pushing as it stands. They have 5 points if the scoreline remains the same. They do need to make sure they get that win
to guarantee a place in the next, in the semis.
Yes, indeed. It's now Mokokasi here with this run now. Very good job done by him. That is Maraletse, who loses it out though. And like you mentioned, for them to guarantee, they could still go through, but for them to be firmly into the semis, they need to make sure they get that win.
Yeah, because with the draw, they have to wait on a result, and I don't think that's what they want to do. They want to just win and make sure that they get in, especially as the defending champions.
I think the advantage of them is that the other opponent is playing Zambia. So, or rather Zambia, their other opponent Zambia is playing Botswana on the other side, I think. Botswana has 3 points.
Yeah, so I think that one is a must-win for them over here. South Africa will feel a little bit more comfortable in this game, and you can see in their tempo, they're very comfortable in this game.
As it stands, South Africa has 5 points, Eswatini have 1, and then on the other side of things as well, Botswana would have 4 and Zambia would have 5.
Yeah, very, very interesting to see how it pans out. But as I said, you can see Witboy is having to come very deep to get the ball and try and do some magic. Hats off to Eswatini and how they're defending it.
Absolutely. Now the South Africans still pushing to get that goal. This is Captain Mokokasi now. Wonderful pass here to Stevens. What can he do here? This is a chance now. Picked up by Witboy. Will he score? Mendes now throws it home. And he has scored.
Mendes.
Just like that, as cool as you like it. He has put the South Africans ahead.
Never rattled, Mendes.
So cool and calm.
Does an amazing job of recovering the ball, of setting up the team, and now of finishing. He's never really in those positions, but when he is, he makes it count.
And can we talk about that build-up there from Captain Mokokasi?
Yeah.
Get that run in, ready to be picked up by Witboy, and then Mendes to slot it back, to slot it home.
It starts at the back, because they play from the back, very calm. You can see that the defender put them in a great position.
Well, as it stands here at the High Stadium, it's 28 minutes gone. And South Africa are in the lead. They have scored the first goal here. That's 1-0. That goal coming in courtesy of none other than Stephen Lee Mendes. So they are one step into the final, 1 foot into the semi-final rather, South Africa now.
I would say half a foot.
Half a foot, yes.
But they're doing a great job of controlling the tempo of the game. If they wanted to go faster, they go faster. If they want to slow it down, they do the same thing. So they just need to continue. Eswatini needs to be a little bit more of attacking threat so that they're not as comfortable on the ball. Maybe pressure them a lot more once they get into their half. I think Eswatini is sitting a bit too deep.
Such a talented player, Mendes. 17 years of age from Kaizer Chiefs. That's what it's all about. Now South Africa still not satisfied. Let's play on here. So the Eswatinians are chasing after it. This is a wonderful chance now for Gama.
And all it takes is one chance.
Absolutely. That's a misplaced pass though from Gama. He was probably trying to get hold of Dube. No, we do have a player down actually for South Africa.
Looks like his shoe is off as well.
That's Bochloko who's done, and it's not the first time he's down either. Let's just look back at that wonderful goal there from that's Witboy. Got a very nice cross onto there, straight and to Mendes. One touch, back of the net.
It's almost as if he just passed it into the goal. He gives me a feel of like a player like Tony Cruz. Just passes the ball into the net as opposed to just shooting.
Well, the player who's down there is Neo Daniel Bochloko, the forward.
Yeah, it seems like a foot injury, a lower leg injury. Hopefully he won't be out for long. But he's down, and it looks like he's in a lot of pain.
We're hoping that he's okay because it's a bit too early on to get an injury. I mean, only 30 minutes into the game. With South Africa in the lead at the moment. Really wonderful stuff we are witnessing here at the High Stadium. Football really at its peak here. I mentioned on the other side of things though, for Zambia and Botswana, it's still 0-0 at the Unam field. So South Africa currently have an advantage.
Yeah, they have an advantage, and plus they're also playing the last place team in the league, in the group. So very big advantage right now.
Absolutely. 30 minutes already gone here at the High Stadium. We've seen a couple of attempts on goal. A goal scored by Mendes. couple of those as well. Fouls on players.
Yeah.
The latest one being Mohloko, or Bohloko rather. Pardon me.
Looks like he's going to have to be carried off. And it looks like there is going to be a substitution.
If you're thinking from a tactical point of view there for the Eswatini side, if you are currently looking at this one, Peter, coach, that is Coach Khumalo, do you think he's probably a little bit more relieved or happy with what he's seeing defensively?
Yeah, he would definitely be happy. But as it looks like there might be a substitution. So for a striker to be subbed off right now, you know, we'll see how that comes out.
That's quite unfortunate because we do see here it looks like Mohlongo is coming on here for who replace Bohloko.
And on goes jersey number 9.
Well, that's not always so good to see early on in the game, Peter.
Yeah, it's not good at all, especially because they still have a semi-final and final to play if they do go ahead. But hopefully he'll be able to recover in time for those matches if South Africa does go through. But it is a great opportunity for the substitute to come in and make a change. And he has enough time to do that.
Absolutely. And that's just confirmation for Bohloko there. Fortunately, forced from injury. Because of injury, subbed on, and that's Mhlongo who will replace him. Mhlongo who, of course, is a forward himself as well, just like Bohloko. So I think Coach Khumalo sticking to the same.
It's like for like.
Oh, and that's a wonderful pass on here for...
Great pass by Witboy, setting up his teammate.
For Stevens. There's something so great about this partnership here between Stevens, Lonzi, Stevens,
They play so
Stevens,
well together.
Mendes. It seems like he has such a good sort of relationship with all these players.
Yeah, it seems like they have a very good understanding of where the other player is going to be. Even before seeing that player there. They just have a feel for each other, and it's very beautiful to watch.
And now here Captain Mokokasi is finding this Mzimila. Back to him now. What can they do here? Looking for a second goal. This is Lonzi. Oh, well, that's picked up very well, actually. What can Eswatini do now? Chance for them to... Oh, he really was probably just going for it himself.
No, he got too excited. I believe that was a pass.
Yeah, maybe.
But they're getting a little bit too anxious when they get the ball. It's like first they were taking too long to make decisions. Now they're taking them too fast. They need to just make sure that they make the right decision, and it doesn't always have to be the hardest one. The simplest pass is normally the right one.
Well, Malaza there was the one with that run, which is really incredible. He's one of the few, one of the players of Eswatini that have really been moving forward, Malaza, as well as Gama.
Yeah, they really have, and they're working well with each other, as we've seen now a couple of times.
Oh, the ball is back into, oh, hands of South Africa there. Slightly would have had a problem there if the substitute Mhlongo, if would have gotten a touch, so that might have been a different story right now.
Yeah, but it was very good defending. They absorb pressure. It looks like they're playing very, very deep. They have about 5 to 6 players just defending. They have somebody man marking Stevens as well. They're doing a good job there.
That's a wonderful pass there from Lonzi, finding Witboy. So quick with his feet, Witboy.
So quick. There's just some flair that he has. He just enjoys his football. You can see he doesn't really take it.
Was picked up by Palma there to Mzimela. And so probably looking for who exactly he can find it to. And that's Mendes. There's absolutely no one there, unfortunately, to pick that up.
He anticipated Witboy to be in that position. Unfortunately, he wasn't.
It is 36 minutes gone so far. We are nearing the half-time mark already. And so far, South Africa in the lead with 1 goal to nil. On the other side of things, Zambia are taking on Botswana at the Unum Field right here in the capital in Windhoek.
Let's go.
So this run in now. Once again, this is Malaza, the captain. Whoop, that's actually a very, very good run from him.
Yeah, they've had good runs here. They've had quite a lot of success here on the left wing. I think they need to try and exploit that, because as we see, our left wing back over here is taking a lot more risks going forward. That leaves the left side very exposed. So let's see if they anticipate that and exploit it.
They're not playing bad either, Eswatini. They're actually, in this past few moments, the South African players there in the crowd here to support their male counterparts. I mean, it is a youth tournament, consists of different teams of different sport codes. The Region 5 Youth Games taking place right here in Windhoek and Swakopmund.
Yeah, it's great to see the support. Hopefully they start singing soon, because they did a great job of that versus in the Botswana game.
Absolutely.
So I believe maybe they're warming up there.
They actually just finished up as well against earlier today when they played. They defeated Angola by 4 goals to 2. Now here comes Witboy. Just Witboy with this one. Back to Mzimela. And Captain Mokokasi was always on standby to receive those passes.
It seems like he's just always open. I don't know, he just finds these spaces, these pockets, does a very good job of conducting the team, making sure that players are in their positions and giving them the ball where they can be successful.
That's why you are a leader, that's why he's a captain as well.
Exactly.
The ability to do that. That's Maraletse now. Playing calm, cool and collected. Palmer.
Maraletse is also a player that you know, is a bit of an engine for this team. He's always working, always running.
Look at that flick there from a pass. It's Mokokasi here. Oh, that should be some very, very, very nasty.
Crunching tackle over
Mokokasi there.
Yellow card.
Should be a booking for Simiso, because it's quite unnecessary from him too. Oh yeah, I know he was probably trying to get the ball out of danger. But
yeah, I think he had to make that tackle, otherwise he was going to be in a lot of problems. But a very, very strong tackle, very late.
Also though, that's a really good position for South Africa to do, perhaps get one here, another one.
As we see, Witboy took the last one, and the goalie made a very good save. Let's see if he'll maybe give this up to Stevens, or if he will take it again for himself.
I mean, they've gotten a couple of these already, about 4 or 5 of them. So maybe this time around, they can capitalize here. What can they do? This is Stevens right into the hands of Sitole, who nearly, I mean, he dropped it, but was still ready for that.
What a great
Rebound
free
on that.
kick. What a great free kick to go through the wall. What he was looking for was the bottom right corner for the goalie. Very, very good free kick there, but an even better save.
That's a actually wonderful play there. Although there was no one to pick it up from Dube of Eswatini. This is South Africa now again. This is Stevens. Stevens to Witboy, backs to Stevens. Now Palmer. Mzimela.
Felt that tackle. They're making sure to try and intimidate South Africa.
Indeed. I think honestly they should be quite not necessarily pleased that they are 1-0 down, but the fact that they've still been able to stay in this game and not concede more goals is actually a testament of how good their defense is, especially their goalkeeper Sitole. Really has done some incredible stops so far in this game.
Yeah, I believe it's what, 3 to 4 saves that could have potentially been a goal that he saved. So he's doing extremely well. The defense as well. But let's hope the attack can complement the defense and goalie.
You see, just there now.
The decisions are just rushed.
You see, there was a aim to sort of just go for it, but again, just losing it out.
And if you look at South Africa,
once again,
on average, before they should maybe be passing the ball 5, 6, 7 times. Whereas when Eswatini gets the ball, they maybe get 1 or 2 passes in. So that's very telling of their strategy and how they play.
Just unfortunately, Lonzi thought you could keep that one in play there, but you might be careful of breaking a leg. Just look back at that attempt there from Stevens.
Very, very good free kick there. Especially because...
Well timed. Now look here, Eswatini are looking to break. This is a great opportunity. Here comes Dube now, but really didn't get anything out of that one. It's the runs that are so good, but the finishing just... In fact, he doesn't even get to the finishing.
No, he doesn't. He does a great job of getting into dangerous positions, but the final decision is just lacking. He needs to either, play the ball back, or maybe even just take a shot at goal and hope for a rebound. But I'm sure he will continue to put himself in those positions and hopefully do better next time.
Indeed, you are watching the COSAFA Under-20 Men's Championship live and direct from the Hygingop Stadium right here in Windhoek, Namibia. This is South Africa versus Eswatini. Final day of group stage matches in this tournament, and so far so much confirmation of who has gone through the semis already. And the men's, 2 teams already confirmed, that being Malawi and Angola. Today, we'll find out who the other 2 teams are that will be joining Angola and Malawi in the semi-finals. And so far, South Africa, like you said, with a half foot, is what you said? Half a foot in it. Into just this one's trying to chase after that. Mozia, who has not probably seen the ball as much as Sitole. Probably seen it, but not gotten attached to it.
Yeah.
Not as much as...
I believe that's even harder because you have to remain engaged in the game even though you're not being tested. But obviously, both goalies doing extremely well today.
Absolutely. And this is they have a calm and collected Palmer, finding Mendes, the goal scorer. That goal for South Africa so far. And this is Malaza now, just picked up by Palmer though. So
that was a great pass. The only thing was the weight was a little bit too light. You need to put a little bit more into that in order to unlock his player and go one-on-one with the goalie.
Well, South Africans playing it nice and cool here. This is Vetboy just playing them very cool there to watch. It's picked up to Steven.
Amazing ability.
Just unable to pick up Mendes. Something so nice to good for the eye to watch there from Vetboy as he showing a little bit of flair.
Yeah, he's definitely enjoying his football.
Well, additional time, 2 minutes in this first half.
Okay, that's okay. We haven't had many stoppages. Ooh.
No, I think apart from those 2 incidents, we've not really had any much injury time. Just
coming back to Vitboy, wow.
What a...
This is something that you don't really see in football anymore. I think since Pep Guardiola came in with football, it's all about passing and moving. You don't really see that individual flair anymore, so it's very nice to see from Vitboy.
Well, now South Africa looking to get 1 more before half-time. This is Mareletse there to Mendes. And Mokakasi finding Palmer. They are vying for that 2nd goal before half-time. They have this urgency that, just keeps them going. And it's so nice to watch. And the South Africans, the defending champions. This is...
Yeah.
Mzimela now.
They're doing extremely well. They're doing very well passing the ball, being patient, knowing where their teammates are.
Oh, look at that pass
Just
from
like
Mendes.
that. Exactly like that.
Absolutely.
They anticipate very, very well.
That's what this COSAFA U20 Championship is all about, to showcase young talent like that. Skill. And now here is Eswatini. Can they perhaps produce something? That's actually a very great one there. Oh wow, that's beautiful from Bingo.
Very, very beautiful. But as we said, the final pass, they just need to calm down a bit, make sure that they look up to see where they are passing, and make sure that their teammates are there as soon as they release the ball.
Did you see that back pass from Bingo? I think he was trying to say, you know, well, watch this.
Exactly.
I too can do it.
He saw Vetbo doing it and he said, you know what, hold my whistle.
This is Mzimela now with this one. We're very much nearing the halftime whistle, and there it is. It is the very end of this first half here at the Haigang Stadium.
0.
South Africa with the lead by 1-0. That goal coming in from none other than that is Stephen Lee Mendes. To put the South Africans aside, or rather ahead, as it stands, they are going through to the semi-finals, have 7 points. But it's still about more than 45 minutes to play of this game. You never know. It's football, eh, Peter?
I believe they have their foot in now, not the half foot anymore. So let's see if they can potentially get through. But what a half, great half. Great defending from Eswatini, making South Africa feel very uncomfortable. But South Africa did what South Africa does.
Absolutely, we are yet to find out. Now just look at some of those in attendance, being the women's football team, who just qualified for the semi-finals not so long ago today. So do make sure that you hatch us for that second half. There's still so much more to come up right here at the Haigang Stadium. And just perhaps to look at the baby just going into that second half. And look at back how that first half went. Only saw one goal, but there were a lot of attempts on goal.
Yes, it was only 1-0. We're saying only because we just watched the game. It was 8-0, but 1-0, and it was very tightly contested, especially within the midfield. South Africa didn't waste any time. From the moment they started, they went for goal, as you can see over here, Stevens.
Yeah, that chance there from Steven.
The great chance over there. Just needs to wrap his foot around the ball to make sure that he reaches that corner.
Probably one of the biggest threats to goalkeeper Sitole, if we're being honest.
Yes, Sitole must be very upset when he sees Stevens. But great attempt over here as well by Vetboy from the free kick. And then you have Mendes there as well, who took that shot
And
just over the bar.
Couldn't really capitalize on that one. Another chance here. Well saved by, once again, Sanele Sitole. Had a couple of those moments in the first half.
Yeah. That was
brilliant.
Good. Very, very good save.
And this is the moment. This was the moment right here. Vetboy got all fit. He found Mendes. Mendes just slotted it home.
Yes,
calm, cool, and collected to put South Africa ahead.
Very, very fundamental player. Doesn't do anything flashy, just does the job, but does it well.
Absolutely. And that's how it ends here in this first half. So many of those other chances, but none of them were successful from either side.
Yeah,
I mean, Eswatini had their fair chances of, that particular one there from Malaza, the captain.
Yeah, just dragging it across goal. Our centre forward needed to just be there in that position, but great job on them, and looking forward to seeing what the second half has to offer.
Well, do stay tuned for that second half as we wait to find out who will join Malawi and Angola in the COSAFA U20 Men's Championship semi-final. Stay tuned.
the heart of Namibia, where red dunes meet ocean blues, where sunsets write poetry across the sky. A new chapter is about to begin. From Swakopmund's breeze to Vintage rhythm, we don't just play for points, we play with purpose, with pride, with heart. In 2025, we welcome you, Region 5, 10 nations strong, not just to compete, but to connect, to grow, to shine. Our streets know struggle. Our people, they know strength. And our youth, they know exactly what it means to rise. So step into our home. Feel the beat of Africa beneath your feet. Let the cheers echo through Independence Stadium. Let your story unfold with every race, every goal, every try. This is for you. This is Namibia. This is your time. Own the moment.
My name is Jacqueline Gertze. I am the General Manager for the Local Organizing Committee for the Region 5 Youth Games, Namibia 2024. The beautiful thing about the Region 5 Youth Games is that is your biggest multi-sport event in the SADC region. From our side as the Local Organizing Committee and from the desk of the General Manager, all systems are running. And as a country, we can with confidence say we are ready to welcome 9 other nations into Namibia as early as from 29th of June. For the first time also, this is the 11th edition, but for the first time, Special Olympics is part of the multiple sports event such as this, which is the Region 5 Youth Games. So inclusivity stands out as a very big highlight. And then also, not only inclusivity in terms of special athletes, athletes of disability, but also women, girls and boys competing in different sports codes with equal opportunity. It's a very big moment for communities and the nations to gel, to come together, get to know each other and really represent the African Union vision. The main factor here is sports infrastructure development to enable everybody to have access to sports. Namibia always promoted the active participation of young people in arts, music, sport and so on, but one thing was missing, and that is that we don't have access to sports facilities for everybody that loves the game. These games is basically creating that. We are representing the government of Namibia. When they speak, they refer to boys and girls, able and disabled. There's no moment in these games, and over the times that I have lived in the sport, that I have seen leadership speaking with the same voice in terms of inclusivity. And that is, for me, the best space to work in, and that inspires me a lot.
It is the Region 5 Youth Games 2024. We're excited for you to join us in the land of the brave, Windhoek, Namibia. We're also excited for you to join us on the socials, and we have 3 main hashtags for these games. And I've got my chairman here, as well as my general manager, to share with us the hashtags. Hashtag
Own the Moment.
And hashtag
I am Region 5.
And it is hashtag More Than Games. We're excited. Join us on our socials. Join us, share your videos with us, and walk this journey with us. It is Region 5 Youth Games 2024. See you there.
My name is Ndoripula Hamtumwa. I'm the chairperson of the Region 5 Youth Games. Namibia is known for hosting major multidisciplinary games. As you recall, in 2006, Namibia hosted this edition, and that created a platform for us to be able to host junior multidisciplinary competition, such as the AU Region 5 Youth Games. We have the systems in place, therefore Namibia is destined to host these major games. This is a platform where we shape characters, where we shape new ideals, where we create friendship, where we begin to speak about economic empowerment, youth empowerment, and this creates excitement. This brings in the nerves to make the competition great, because this is where we break barriers. Destiny is only shaped by those that believes in working with the youth. And for me, I remain indebted to these young men and women who believes that Africa must arise, and it can only be arise by bringing everybody together and bringing the youth at the center of development. My wish is that when all the athletes that are coming here, they must come with an open mind that dreams can become a reality. Sport has the power to create an economic enhancement in the lives of all the athletes. So I wish all the athletes that are coming here all the best, and as I said, all dreams are valid and they can be a reality through sport.
Here in the heart of Namibia, where red dunes meet ocean blues, where sunsets write poetry across the sky, a new chapter is about to begin. From Swakopmund's breeze to vintage rhythm, we don't just play for points, we play with purpose, with pride, with heart. In 2025, we welcome you, Region 5, 10 nations strong, not just to compete, but to connect, to grow, to shine. Our streets know struggle. Our people, they know strength. And our youth, they know exactly what it means to rise. So step into our home. Feel the beat of Africa beneath your feet. Let the cheers echo through Independence Stadium. Let your story unfold with every race, every goal, every try. This is for you. This is Namibia. This is your time. Own the moment.
Welcome back. This is the second half of this quite big mix-up, or rather game here between South Africa and that is Eswatini. We're heading into the second half now. South Africa being 1-0 up. And we're about to find out who will go through to the semi-finals. That is this Group B. So far, South Africa are in the lead, and we are underway here at the High Stadium on this second half. Peter, maybe, what are you hoping to see in this second half from either teams or both teams? How do you expect them to play?
I expect them to be quite similar, but I would like to see Eswatini take a few more risks. Calculated risks though, so to just make sure that they know where their teammates are, because it didn't feel so naturally when they had the ball, as opposed to what South Africa. But as we see, South Africa has now made a couple of changes. Hopefully the new players can come in and make a difference.
Absolutely. Like you mentioned, on the other side of things, Zambia and Botswana taking center stage at the Unam field, and it's still down 0 over that side. South Africa just looking to keep that momentum going. It also looks like we have a substitution that happened. Vetboy is off, and so is Mokokosi, the captain. That's interesting. Yeah. Malachi and Mlangeni are the ones that have come on.
Yeah, this is something that maybe they're trying to protect Vetboy, because we saw that some of the tackles were very harsh. So maybe they're trying to protect him in anticipation.
Oh, and that's
making it through. Wow, what a shot.
What a shot, hey?
And that's from the substitute as well, eh?
That's Mlangeni, who just came on. And look at the things that he's already bringing forward here into the game.
Yeah, very positive influence on the game. We can see he's playing more the number 6 role, trying to link the defense to the midfield.
Absolutely. It's just South Africa here who are obviously not satisfied with that 1-0.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't be satisfied. They definitely want more, because this is not a settling win. Anything can happen, and as we've seen, Eswatini can hit them on the counter like we're seeing right now.
That's actually well done there by Dube, finding Captain Malaza. And
just no communication there again. It's like they don't know where they're supposed to be. They need to communicate and understand who has the ball, make sure that they have space, make sure that they pass the ball well.
A substitute, Mlangeni, will be hoping to prove as to why he was brought on. And that's just as well as Royce Malachi, also one of the substitutes.
Great defending there. Great way to win the duel.
Wow, that's Mendes.
Very risky tackle there.
Yeah.
I believe Stevens will then just take this, because he was sharing responsibilities with
I think he will start, if he misses this, he might start getting a little bit irritated now.
Yeah.
Because he's getting these very good chances, these wonderful positions of free kicks, but not necessarily getting the back. And they're not bad either. They're not bad.
They're not bad attempts
very
at
good
all.
Attempts.
Very good attempts on target, making the goalie work. But as you can see over there, that's a very high tackle. He's actually very lucky not to get a yellow card. Got him on the knee, which normally isn't normally you'll be able to get a yellow card for that, but he got very lucky there.
Substitute Malachi there will take this one up. Just wide.
Very wide, very poor free kick. He tried to go for power as opposed to placement. Wrong decision over there.
Extremely.
South Africa doing well. They're pressing. They're pressing from the get-go. They're not waiting for Eswatini to come to them.
This is a great play up here now. We're seeing between Mendes, Palmer.
Cool under pressure.
That's to Mchunu now. Finding that is the substitute Mlangeni there. He who took up the spot of captain as well now, since Bokakasi went off.
Yeah, since Bokakasi went off, we can see that there's a bit of discomfort there in the back. He was there organizing everybody. But
It's
I'm
picked
sure
up,
they'll snap back
picked
into
up
it.
by Stevens now. And now who can he find here? Just straight to Sitolian. Couldn't really get hold of anyone there, Stevens. It's Eswatini, what can they do? Perhaps they can break here. This is Dube coming on for this one. Very strong run from Dube there. But perhaps they can utilize this chance. This is Malaza.
Playing very aggressively.
While chasing it down there. Simiso, but once again, nothing really came of it. What do they need to do, Eswatini, really, for them to get to the back of the net, Peter?
They just need to be calm when they have the ball. I think initially they were taking too long. Now they're going a little bit too fast. They need to try and string along maybe 5 passes. Make sure they get themselves in good areas. But as you see over there, instead of passing it to the feet, you're passing it to his stomach, which is not good. So they just need to remain calm, try and string together a couple of passes and actually test the goalie. Because once they get there, it's like they're afraid, they don't want to shoot. So take shots on goal, test the goalie, let him work.
Well, we'll have to do just that if they want to get at least a point in this game, Eswatini. South Africa are chasing to get to the semi-finals. And this is Stevens now. A wonderful turn, just misplaced pass though.
Yeah,
so Malazi here of Eswatini can break. That's a wonderful pass. What can Dube do here? And just wide.
Wow, great break. Just absorb pressure, hit them on the counter attack. Just lack that composure to at least hit the hit the goal, make the goalie work. Just shot the ball over. I think he just lacked that composure.
That's a good sign from the Eswatini side that at least that's what they need to do. Start somewhere to be able to become more confident up front.
Yeah, very, very good try. Absorbing pressure, they're not pressuring the ball too much. I think what they need to start doing is that in their own half, they need to pressure the South African defenders and midfielders. I think they're sitting back a little bit too much.
This is
Chase them back, just like this.
Actually, just to confirm, the captain is that replaced Mokokasi. The captain band actually went to Mzimila, who has already been on. I think it was a good choice for him.
Yeah, he was already on, but now he just got the captain's band. I believe he's the vice captain. He's trying to organize his team. And let's see how they continue. They're a little bit too stagnant. The players around them are just standing instead of looking for spaces, which is what we saw Witbooi doing. But now that he's off the pitch, we're not really seeing that creativity.
Well, you have a point. And as Eswatini also just starting to look more confident. It's really beautiful to watch. This is Malazi, the captain here, just once again off target.
Off target, too used to that left foot. I think it comes down to fundamentals. You take the player down the line and you try and go for goal. As we see over here, this opportunity, great run, just lacked on the finishing.
Sure, Eswatini fans though, who like seeing this type of play from them, going more up front.
Yeah, being a little bit more positive.
But South Africa now looking to break. Will they score here? Just misses. He misses there.
Just misses
Probably,
that opportunity.
Yeah, no, it's a quite interesting one there from Mhlongo.
But a great job to get in those areas. As a striker, you just want to make sure that you get into those areas, take 1 or 2 shots, whether they go in or not. All you need is 1 to go in.
Yeah, and if you think of just before, look at this, what happened there. That was great one, picked up by Mhlongo.
Just got it wrong. But great first touch, great positioning. I think he's going to be very successful.
You think about on the other side of things, Eswatini, when you say it takes just 1 goal, it's possible for them as well, because if they keep pushing up front, you know, they can catch, for example, Mosia off guard.
Yeah.
And get it in the back of the net. So that's the energy they need to keep bringing forward.
They've been very positive in the second half. I believe they got an earful about how they're not going forward. So you can see a big difference. But as we see now, there is a small injury. Hopefully it's not anything serious.
We're hoping.
There's a clash over there.
Just
with his right leg.
Still down. Some of the
still down, and the foul was on him.
Some of the spectators who have come out enjoy some football this afternoon.
Yeah, it's great to see.
And some lays. And that's, of course, Stevens there, who has really been a force to be reckoned with in this game so far. Unfortunately, not getting his goal yet.
Yeah, he's not on the score sheet just yet, but every time he gets the ball, he looks very dangerous. So I'm sure he'll continue, and we'll see what happens throughout the game.
Absolutely. Still awaiting to see. This is now a free kick, another one for South Africa. And this time around, it's, as you can see, Malachi there, coming up with Mchunu. Malachi, the substitute ever since he came on, I think he's taken out the role of Stevens with his free kicks.
Yeah, he's taking all the free kicks. We'll see if he takes the corners as well. But he looks like the designated free kick taker.
Let's see what they can do here. Perhaps can double the lead in the second half. South Africa, we'll find out. This is Malachi with this free kick.
He went for goal last time, but from this angle it looks like he might have to cross it, and they will then attack the penalty spot.
Malachi took a hit. Just, well, good, actually not too bad.
Not too bad, not too bad at all.
Well picked up by...
Just lacked quality on that header. He got a lot of space over there.
And once again, Sitole just very awake.
Yeah.
Not making any of those mistakes. And this is now...
Great ball.
Oh, wow. They are looking to break now. This is Dube. With this run in here from the left right side. What can he do here? Dube still going very strong. And just brought down.
Okay. Free kick. We see Eswatini is pushing the envelope a little bit more. They're having a lot of success there on the left wing. They need to just continue to push that side to make sure that they try and make that an advantage for them.
Absolutely, and this is should be free kick for Eswatini, one of the very few they've had.
Yeah.
In terms of set pieces.
Yeah, they haven't had very many. Looks like they are a little bit disorganized.
And here,
in the middle,
this one will be probably taken up by Twala. Twala here to get into, well, actually I think it will be, that should be a retake it.
Yes. This could be a good angle to try and reach the far post. And Eswatini just needs to attack that. The tall defenders all just need to go and attack the ball.
You know, the worst thing about having to retake is you already showed your strategy.
Exactly.
But what can they do here? Really got nothing out of that. And now South Africa looking to break here. Here comes, that is a very beautiful run in there from Klongo. Klongo still going strong, and he scores.
Wow, what a goal.
Very, very calm and collected. He just came on in the second half.
And he had just enough
he
time
scored here for South Africa.
Great impact from the bench. Great job of getting there and getting the goal. Grounding the goalie, making sure to stay calm and just finish.
Brilliant counter-attacking there as well from South Africa.
Yeah, and you risk that when you push a lot of people up. I think Eswatini has done a good job of keeping everybody back, but the moment that you try and get a goal...
There you have it, that is Tandanani Mhlongo, the goal scorer there. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him. He is 16 years of age, he plays for Amazulu FC. Making it 2-0 here for South Africa at the Hyaginop Stadium. Also that pass there.
Yeah, the pass was extremely good, especially because it was still in their own half, so there was no chance that he could have been offside. Goalie was definitely exposed.
Maybe goalkeeper Sitole this time around just being caught out of the back.
Yeah, he was just exposed. Very difficult for him to make a save in that area because he is outside the box. If the player fell down, that's a straight red.
Nearly 6 minutes gone here at the Haigerngop Stadium as it stands. South Africa are 2-0 up against Eswatini. Goals coming in the first half by Mendes, and now Mhlongo makes it 2-0 in this second half to strengthen that hope. Or should I say, no, it's no longer half. What is it?
One and a half.
1.5 now. Put into the semi-final for South Africa.
Semi-final. Very well deserved, mind you. They've had a lot of opportunities on goal, and as I said, Mhlongo was putting himself in those positions. He wasn't scoring early on, but as we said, it just takes one chance.
And then they finally got the chance and definitely took it there, Mhlongo. What will Eswatini do though? Can they respond?
For the last 30 minutes of this game, they just need to remain composed, get one goal now within the next 10 minutes to try and set themselves up to make South Africa feel very uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And now here comes that is Malachi with this one. Just unfortunately nothing of that one. South Africa will be very happy. They've gotten a goal there. Because it's looking very likely for them that they are making it to the semi-final. Perhaps that was also the plan all along from Coach Kumalo, taking off the likes of Makokosi. One might have been critical to say why.
Yeah, but you need to protect your players at the end of the day as well. Eswatini have nothing to lose. They are going in with tackles and also just to make sure that he's ready for when time comes.
Here comes Mendes now. Well, defended actually. That's a very good tackle.
Very crunching tackle. Referee didn't see anything wrong. Mendes is still down.
It's a bit risky.
Reaching for that left ankle. I don't know if he rolled it before shooting or if it was the tackle itself.
Well,
but he's in some pain.
On the other side of things, Botswana and Zambia are still level. No. After still, they just also came at half-time in the second half. He had to record a goal in that game at the Unam Field. So I think South Africa could boost more confidence for them in this one as well. And this is Mendes now, looking to get his second of the game. Mataji straight to it, straight to the hands of Sitole. Malachi just deciding to go for it himself there, but nothing really came out of it. Oh, that's a
good penalty shout.
Penalty shout there.
Surprising that.
I wonder really what went down there, and he's still down too.
Like he was pushed.
I think that's Dube who's on the ground. Dube who is still down. Referee just saying play on. And perhaps just being attended to there by the medical team. That is Esikhle Dube of Eswatini, the midfielder. Let's just have a look at how that unfolded there. So, gone up with head-to-head with the captain, Mzimli.
That could have easily been a penalty.
Mzimala, pardon me.
Very, very tough challenge over there.
I think that's a penalty.
I believe that should be a penalty, or at least a consideration for a penalty, because there was the arm that extended when pushing. I think if it's just shoulder to shoulder, you can argue it, but the moment your arm extends past your body, that should be a penalty. That would have also changed the game, changed the dynamics of the game. So let's see.
Absolutely. Well, so far in this tournament, the goal goals scored are a lot, but individually not so much, actually. Yeah, the top goal scorer right now is Mwisho Mhango of Malawi, followed by Nawabeb and actually Mwisho Mhango, Nawabeb of Namibia, and Gabriel Piri, all level with 2 points, 2 goals rather.
2 goals, oh yeah.
So Namibia are already out, so now Nawabeb is no way they can probably score there, but just as I mentioned earlier there, the score is still 0-0 at the Unam Field. Under 20 men's other fixture for this group. So as it stands, South Africa in the lead of this group with 7 points. That's followed by, that is Zambia. Zambia will have 4 points, or rather 5 points at the moment.
Yeah.
And then followed by Botswana with 4 points, Eswatini still have 0. Just so as it stands, it will be, according to stats right now, South Africa and Zambia are going through. But
yeah, and they drew the first game. I believe they were.
Yes, they drew the first game. That's
first
why
game 3-3.
And that's why they are still not certain as to who is going through. But most likely, looking at this scoreline right now, it's most likely that South Africa will top the group. And you know, if you top the group, you have to face the second best team from the other group, and vice versa. And here,
great ball.
Would have Mendes, if Mendes picked it up, would have been gone.
It would have been in a very
now
good position.
Eswatini.
See, Eswatini is not sitting back anymore.
Yeah, they're really
Even
going
though they're
for
still
it.
down 2-0, they are really going for it. They're playing a little bit more advanced.
It is admirable, really, to watch. They are not really giving in to say, well, we're down, we might as well just leave it, man.
Yeah.
This is Lashi now.
They're
This
sticking
one.
with it, being a little bit more fundamentally sound.
This is,
good defending over there.
yeah, very well done, actually, even though he lost it.
Relentless. South Africa is just relentless.
Stevens has been a little bit more quiet in this game, in the second half.
He's been more quiet.
Not so much seen him on the ball.
He's drifting more in. Normally he plays a very wide game, but you
This is
see
a
him
chance
more
now
in the
for
midfield.
South Africa.
You could see he's calling for the ball over there.
Yeah, but
I think that would have been a better pass for a better shot on goal.
just misses it out there. Maklangeni. Oh, Shaka, I've seen some substitutions for Eswatini. So
Off comes jersey number 10.
Dube is coming off, who has been really the best player, or one of the best players on the pitch today.
He's been the most dangerous player for them. But I think that tackle really took something out of him. He was walking gingerly throughout.
He's replaced by Sibanze, rather. And also coming on is Dlamini. Bringing, maybe Coach Kumalo bringing on some fresh legs for this one. Dube and Vilakati are off. And then Dlamini and Sibanze taking center stage. As we head into the 70-minute mark here at the Hagenhof Stadium, it still stands South Africa 2, Eswatini 0. It can be done here now by the South Africans, or Eswatini rather, can also...
Lacking composure. Eswatini just needs to pass the ball, do the simple things. You don't have to do too much. If you look at South Africa, most of the passes is just left and right and forward. They don't try and do too much. There's one or two players that are a bit flair, that show a bit of flair, but most of the team it's left, right, or straight.
I think one of the players that was doing that so much was Vetboy, who's no longer on the field.
Exactly,
in the game.
And I think he also unlocks Stevens, because as you see, Stevens has been a little bit quiet in the second half.
And just some of those cheers in the stands from the spectators.
I believe the girls are
showing
ready
support.
now.
That's Mendes here with a chance, and just wide.
Just wide. Also with his wrong foot. Normally he is right-footed, but great positioning, great shot on goal.
Looking for his second goal of the game. Mendes.
Great anticipation.
Still yet to concede a goal today. South Africa now. This is Mangleni pushing forward. Back to Malachi. Now to Stevens. Back to Mlangeni. Now Mzimela. Mzimela to Mchunu. Now it's picked up beautifully by That was by Dlamini, but unfortunately,
just kicked the ball a bit too far.
yeah, he couldn't really get anything out of that one. As the women's team through to the semis and hoping to celebrate a double-double for the South Africans today, going through to the semis. And there is Eswatini. I like that. That is so, despite them having lost earlier and then still, of course, their male counterparts behind here at the High Stadium.
Yes.
Still encouraging to, that shows that sportsmanship as well as spirit, team spirit.
Definitely, and a lot of pride as well. A lot of pride, team spirit, all of that. Whoa.
Oh, that's a bit of some tension there between referee Antonio Samuel Chivavel. It looks like he is issuing his booking. Should be a yellow card. And that is Captain Malaza there as well, who's talking and speaking to the referee. Or, so should be a free kick here for, is it a drop ball rather? Or in this game? It can happen here now. This is Justin Chuno who loses it out. Once again, that's a free kick for sure for just trying to calm down the players there. That's Simiso. Obviously, you don't want to have an argument with the referee.
Yeah, and as a referee, you also don't want the game to get out of control. You need to just make sure that everybody stays in line.
This is a free kick for Eswatini now. This is being taken out by Tswana. Just came on. What can they do here? Maybe capitalize. No. It doesn't work out, unfortunately. And we are over the 70-minute mark. So far, South Africa still in the lead. If you are just tuning in, we are live from the High Stadium. That's right here in the capital, in Windhoek of Namibia. South Africa went ahead in that first half. Goal coming in from Stephen Lee Mendes. And then in the second half, of course, a second goal being scored there. That was by Mklongo. Just to make it 2-0. And still about less than 20 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, just under 20 minutes to go. South Africa seems to have a lot of control over the game, but their players don't look too comfortable. I see players like Stevens now coming as far back as the center back. Definitely playing out of position right now.
Point of correction there, that second goal actually coming in from Mulangeni. Apologies. The substitute. This is Mzimela now, who has been so fundamental on that back line there for South Africa.
Definitely. I don't remember him, playing a bad pass. He just makes sure he does the simple things. Mendes not necessarily having the best second half. He's been tackled a lot.
Speaking of tackling, I think Mendes is becoming a target now.
I think so too. He had a lot of time on the ball in the first half. I don't even remember him, misplacing one or two passes. But in the second half, they've really targeted him, made sure that, they feel that he feels their presence and that he's not as comfortable on the ball as he was in the first half.
Absolutely. It just seems like probably be another free kick here for the South Africans. We are waiting just to look back at that moment there, and definitely a nasty one there on Mendes. That should be painful. Gotta be careful not to injure a player like Mendes too. Maybe start thinking, we all know that we are reaching the very end. He's a player that you have to take up to preserve.
He's very, very important to the team. They need to really consider that in subbing him out within the next 15 minutes. Because he is a target, at least it looks like it. Let's see if they can protect him for the next round.
On the other side of things, there's an update at the UNAM field. It's still 0-0 between Zambia and Botswana. And here's now this free kick here for South Africa. And Sitole collects it straight to him. And now here is Nanzi.
Yeah, and those free kicks, since the beginning of the half, he's obviously taken now the bulk of the free kicks. One of them he skied, the other one was a very good one. This one was straight to the keeper. So I don't know if he has lost confidence or it's just going wrong for him right now. But hopefully he learns from it and does a bit better.
Well, that's wonderfully played there by Mendes, just out of play though.
Yeah. Tries to keep it in. You can see he's trying to avoid tackles as opposed to just playing his normal game. But I think his players, his teammates also need to protect him.
Oh, in this, just look at that goal. Rather chance on goal from Mendes. Looks like we'll be awaiting. And maybe some of those changes being made. And looks like Zainda there. Mchunu as who coming off. He was at a stellar game too.
Very, very good game.
Well, just also speaking of the fact that, that's
great first touch.
Very great, really, to a flair, a flick on that.
Yeah, just that little bit of flair. But now let's see if they can string together a couple of passes. Just
so a confirmation
as
there.
We see it.
That's wonderful to No, that's
great
a
tackle.
Even better tackle.
Crunching tackle over there.
That's,
at the edge of the area. He had to get it perfect.
World-class defending there.
It was either a penalty or he was getting all ball. So he had to make sure that he did a very good job there on that tackle.
Really young talent being showcased here in this tournament.
A lot of players. I'm sure there's a lot of teams around the world.
Lonzi just unable to pick up Palmer. That should be, look at that, of a pass. I mean,
he had to get this tackle right.
Yeah, and he did so great there as well.
Although after now a second look, it looks like he got a lot of man there as well. So he's very lucky to have gotten away with that.
Could have ended either way.
Exactly. Yeah. Very, very good.
Straight to Sitole's hands here on that corner kick. I'm saying there's so many goals were scored. I mean, the highest score line here so far in this group stage has been that 3-0 win of Botswana. Zambia defeating Eswatini. 3-0.
And then Botswana as well with South Africa, the last game.
So the 3-0 scoreline is the biggest we have seen yet. That's actually
very, very positive move forward by Eswatini. Unfortunately, just offside.
Anticipated. It's Mendes now. To Malachi. To finding Palmer. Palmer now to Mzimila. It's back to Palmer. Wonderful cross. As well anticipated to Dlamini, but well, not necessarily. That's a bit risky there from Mzimela. And here South Africa looking to break now. This is a very good run. It's picked up beautifully. Well, it's picked up well.
Great defending there again by Eswatini. They're defending as a unit.
Yeah, that's a great one from Klongo as well. who has been doing such a stellar job so far since he came on. Mendes to Mzimela. And now here is Palmer. To Mzimela. They are really playing it nicely at the back, but they've got to be careful too. It's, oh, that's a very well timed cross there by Mlangeni. And Malachi now here. Just and trying to get that cross in properly, precisely.
Yeah, South Africa is patient. They are keeping the ball very well.
We've reached the 80-minute mark here at the Hagengob Stadium. We're heading into the final moments of this game, and it's still South Africa's game, you would say. The other side is still 0-0. Zambia and Botswana.
Yes, and South Africa is leading, but it's not a comfortable lead.
Yeah, no, it's not
safe.
safe.
It still feels like Eswatini can still get one back and make it uncomfortable for the next 10 minutes. But let's see, hopefully they can get it together and finish off very strong.
Yeah, that will be to their advantage, but also hopefully Eswatini can get goals back.
Yeah, we hope so.
Some sort of hope here.
I bet the neutral fans hope so too.
That's a great save. Well,
great
flicked away by Sitole. He's so aware. It's incredible. And now this is Eswatini looking to break. Just
that final touch, that understanding of your teammates is just not there on the offensive side.
Now Eswatini got the possession. Just throw to Mosia though. Straight to Mosia rather, goalkeeper.
South Africa do a very good job of bringing the ball out from the back. They don't kick the ball and hope. They do the simple passes from one end to the other, waiting for that small gap to try and exploit.
Well, that's absolutely. Now here comes that should be.
That's a very tough tackle.
No, actually two of them down because
I think Eswatini is very, very aggressive in this game. The referee needs to make sure he protects these players as well. Because as much as it's a competitive match, we don't want
we've got
injuries.
Steven Su is down on the other side, and then here over in the middle, that looks like it's Mlangeni. So it's two players. That's Njabulo Gama on your screen there. One of the game players that have played consistently throughout this game of Eswatini. Just look back at what exactly happened.
It was a 50-50 ball. Both of them were going for it.
Just look at what exactly happened here. Oh, that's...
his studs were up.
Oh yeah.
That tackle, if the referee got to see it again, would be a card. Oh, I see he's given now a yellow card. Because, you know, when you go in with the studs up, you can really hurt somebody.
Indeed. Gotta be careful with such.
And it's good for the referee to give the card just to make sure that, you know, next time he'll think twice about it. Because the moment you allow players to do that and get away with it, the game can get out of hand very fast.
Just on the other side, Zambia have scored. Oh, they are 1-0 up at the Unam field. That means it's level in terms of points.
Points now.
Yeah. On this group.
What a great goal, great finish. And great timing as well for Zambia, because it's now 7 minutes to the end of the game.
I think Africa probably will have that goal difference advantage, probably. We're yet to find out after the game as to only after the 90 minutes will we know exactly. And obviously that will be decided by how these teams perform in these final moments that are left. And here is Mzimela now. Finding that is his teammate on the other side, but quite nothing came of that in terms of the finishing.
To the final 5 minutes of the game.
Absolutely. It's been quite a great affair here at the Hagengob Stadium between these two sides. But one who is in the lead, on the lead in the moment, that is South Africa. 2 goals to 0.
2 goals to 0.
And now here, it's a good chance for Eswatini now with this one. And look at that energy from the
crowd.
Eswatini girls football team.
Very wonderful to see.
Just happy to be there, and also, I mean, it's all just the fact that you have the opportunity alone to represent your country is a big honor, Peter.
Definitely, especially when you hear your national anthem over there. You're standing there with your team. It's a great feeling. But as we saw over here, just a lack of concentration from South Africa, leading to a corner now by Eswatini. Let's see if they're able to punish South Africa and pull one back in the last few moments.
And here is, coming out full force there. Mosia.
Good try, good try.
Mosia with a great save there. That's a good shot actually from, coming in from Mazia Vanele. Although it went wide.
Went wide, but it was a good attempt, good aggressive shot. Just hope to hit the target next time.
Absolutely. You are watching the COSAFA Under-20 Men's Championship. Last game, or last day of the group stages here at the Hagengob Stadium in Windhoek. The Region 5 Youth Games. And we are yet to find out. Still about 4 minutes to go, plus the additional time. We'll know exactly how this one ends. And this is a chance now for Eswatini here. And just wide.
Just wide.
That was actually such a good shot onto goal there.
Very good build-up.
And came in from the substitute himself. Such a good shot there by Andele Dlamini. And also we are seeing a substitution for Eswatini. That captain Malaza is coming off now. He will be replaced by Kininza. Katselo. What a game he has had, Malaza.
What a great game that he has had. He's done extremely well. He's helped his team. Hats off to him.
And he is just coming on there. These final moments of the game.
He's worked very hard for his team on the counter-attack. Unfortunately, he was just lacking that little bit of discipline at the end.
And definitely a good atmosphere here at the Hagengob Stadium. I mean, so wonderful. You hear the cheers from the crowd.
Yeah, the cheers, the singing, and it's all their counterparts as well.
Well, here is Mosia now. I think now the South African defense is scrambling to make sure they don't concede. Perhaps will also try to move up front and get another goal.
Yeah, they say attack is the best defense.
Absolutely.
So they're trying to make sure that, Eswatini remain on the back foot.
This is Malachi now for South Africa. Sending it back beautifully to Mlangeni. And it's being chased so well. He found Nunje there. And still twisting and turning. Making sure that they get that third goal before the full-time whistle. And Captain Zimela, who has been so consistent this entire game, keeping it together for the team. That's a wonderful pass from him there to find his teammate Mhlongo.
And it's just the simple passes.
Yeah, very
simple passes that really make the big difference.
And calm. And yes, Stevens now. Stevens finding that is Lanzi, but well, it falls straight to Sitole. Yeah, he was looking for Mendes there, but it went straight to Sitole, the goalkeeper of Eswatini. Now here Lanzi. Lanzi here finding And it's Stevens to back to Lonzi. Stevens to Mendes now. What can they do here? Here comes Mlangeni. Mlangeni looking for Mendes, just maybe the timing didn't work out. Looked for him at the wrong place, or rather wrong position. This is Palmer now with this pass to Mlangeni. Still, we're nearing that 90th minute mark here at the Hayagingop Stadium.
Looks like there's 3 minutes added.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be 3 minutes additional time. 3 minutes additional time.
That
3
seems
minutes
about right.
added on.
Seems about right. There wasn't too many stoppages, as we see that South Africa is now on the front foot.
I mean, not too much injury time. This is a chance now for South Africa to go ahead again. Well, I think that was well timed for Dlamini, but did not work out. Now,
looks like they have
Eswatini looking to break and get one back here. Mbingo driving very hard here. Here he comes now. He's surrounded, but he's still going. Well, he worked so hard there, you have to say, Mbingo.
Worked very hard, just did a little bit too much. Needed to release that ball. I think he took two touches too many. They just need that timing.
Yeah, South Africa have picked it up now. Still less than 2 minutes to go here. What can happen in these final moments? This is Mlangeni. Mlangeni finding Stevens, beautiful to... Oh, but well, it's actually taken away by the Eswatini team. And here's a chase down now by Tswana. Straight to Mosia, though, the goalkeeper. This is Mlangeni now finding Lunje. Lunje to Stevens. Stevens...
He's playing more of a central role right now.
Yeah, Rwanda, he's been so quiet now. You don't see him as much.
But you see him kind of dictating the pace of the game. He's not anymore floating down the wings. I think he's taking the role of what Swartboy was doing in the first half.
Now this is Mhlongo with that one there. It's being chased down by Malachi. Should be South Africa's ball here. Be a throw-in. 1 more minute or so to go. This is a foul on... That's quite unnecessary too. Well, that foul there on Mhlongo.
Goal scorer almost at the halfway line. He's working his way back into the box.
Of course, scored that second goal for South Africa. Sort of guaranteed some sort of safety, you would say.
Yeah, that goal, the timing of it was very important, as we see Eswatini pressing now all the way back.
Oh, we have a few seconds to go before the referee blows the final full-time whistle here. Eswatini want to break more than ever now. Looks like that's just off target there, but it's a very good attempt from. I mean, really did a good job, you'd say.
Yeah, did a very good job, but we can see that Eswatini is now just pushing, but it might be too little, too late.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Referee says full time here at the Hayagingop Stadium. South Africa through to the semi-finals of the COSAFA U20 Men's Championship here at the Hayagingop Stadium. And you have done it. Goals coming in from Mendes in that first half, putting South Africa ahead. Mhlongo then made it 2-0. And it ends full time here. 2 South Africa, Eswatini 0. What a game, Peter.
What a game. Great game by South Africa. Controlled it from start to finish. You know, Eswatini tried. They played quite good defense early on. But after the second goal, it seemed like, you know, that kind of broke them. So great game from South Africa. Hats off. And we're looking forward to watching them in the next round.
And it looks like just announced now. The player of the match is none other than Mendes himself. Are we surprised, Peter? No way. That is Stephen Lee Mendes, who scored that first goal. and provided so many of those chances too. You saw he was everywhere.
He was everywhere. He was dictating the pace. He was going deep, collecting the ball from the defense, moving into attack. He scored a goal, assisted the team in every way that he could. He was even playing up front at some point. Endured a bunch of different tackles. He was just a total package today.
Well, distraught here for Eswatini. Earlier on, of course, their ladies team not managing to win their encounter against Zambia either. And once again, here Eswatini under 20 and men's championship or men's team have lost against South Africa. They will not be going through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them. But I do believe that South Africa and Zambia did deserve this, and looking forward to seeing them in the next round.
Absolutely, what a game, what a tournament so far. We have seen some talent, young talent, shown up at the game. It is full time here with South Africa, 2-0 against Eswatini. Just have to look back at those highlights as to how the game went by earlier on. Some of those, the 2 goals, some of those moments in the game, and how this game went down here at the High Stadium. It was South Africa who were pushing forward early on already in the game, and they kicked things off already by going for it. Look at those chances, especially those free kicks.
This one was
Stevens there with that wonderful chance.
Very, very good shot over there. Straight from the training ground. Definitely rehearsed and very unlucky not to have hit at the back of the net.
And there, Mendes with that chance as well. Didn't really get anything from that one.
Yeah, positions, making sure to pass the ball.
And there was the moment, that chance there, or that goal rather. That boy straight to Mendes and
passed it into the corner.
Scores it for South Africa in that first half. That's why he's the man of the match.
Man of the match, man of the moment. He had a very, very good game. And he's had a great tournament as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He was really instrumental in this game here today. And although Eswatini also tried to push back with that chance there by Malaza, really great. And it could have been a nice cross to Dube.
Yeah, he put the ball in the good position. But unfortunately, no one was there to convert that chance.
So, chance after chance that we saw in that second half, just didn't manage to get anything from it. And here, look at that one from Eswatini. Still, that was Dube with that wonderful, wonderful chance there, but couldn't get in the back of the net. South Africa kept going forward, but still the chances just kept multiplying, although it didn't get to the end of the back of the net.
Yeah, they had quite a few chances. Eswatini also went for it. They didn't just sit back and absorb everything, but as you can see over here, you know, trying to go forward, they got caught off guard and you know, got that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely there. That's Mukhlongo came off the bench and did what he does best, making it 2-0 for South Africa, and that's exactly what he would have wanted to do. And so that was the final game, or rather final goal of the game, and South Africa did what they came to do, winning 2-0 and going through to the semi-finals here at the High Stadium. It ends in their favor, and of course some other chances that came later on from Eswatini. They started to push so much more in that final moments, but it was, like you said, a little too late, unfortunately. Well, and that's how it ends here at the High Stadium. It was the final day of the group stages of these COSAFA Under-20 Men's Championships. It ends South Africa 2, Eswatini 0. Have a wonderful night.